Yo, what's up, family? How y'all doing? Now, look, remember, I always make the videos and I always tell you guys that contract is how they get you, right? Jurisdiction is dealing with your address, and that's how they pull you in, right? Now, I have a correction on that, right? Because I want to go a little deeper before you guys surrender your license. Yes, I do want you to surrender your license, but you have to do one thing before you do it, right? Because I find that a lot of people who get pulled over by the police officers, right, and they also state citizens, what the police actually do is, even though you have an expired license or you have an expired driver's license, they still pull you in the jurisdiction by this one thing, right? Your address is still on file. That's the problem. So before you guys go ahead and surrender your license and feel like you want to be free, you have to update the address that they have on file already. So if the address that they have on file for you is 123 Main Street and they got a fictitious address, you want to update that address to Rural Free Delivery, Route 83, or you can just use Rural Free Area or Rural Free Delivery, just like that. And also the city always put non-domestic. Even if you live in a big city like Los Angeles, you can put Los Angeles. It doesn't give them jurisdiction, but you just want to be on the safe side. So what I put for my ID, I put Rural Free Delivery. The city is non-domestic, because that's how they gain territorial jurisdiction the same. I seen a few people done it, you know, they nationals or whatever, and they surrender their license, but the officer will always give them a ticket. And on top of giving them a ticket, the officer will try to overstep and arrest them due to the fact that the officer have their address. So you want to be in the private as much as possible, y'all. Please always operate in the private, and also never get them jurisdiction. Always operate in the private, y'all. But make sure before y'all surrender the driver's license or registration, you can go to your state portal and update the address. Now, do I know the direct link to everybody's state? No, only my state, Illinois, or if you live in Florida. So if you live in Florida, you're going to go through the tax collector's website in Florida, and you want to search your registration, put your VIN number in, and then they're going to ask you for like your registration PIN. You update the address. It's Rural Free Delivery, non-domestic, zip code, all zeros. Now for IDs, they don't let you get the option of putting all zeros in, so you got to put a fictitious fictitious zip code. But it doesn't matter if you use a zip code, they still won't have jurisdiction, because you're not claiming to live within the residency, you know, like their territorial boundaries. So for that, you know, that's what I want you to do before you surrender the driver's license. I know it's a lot of new information coming, y'all. As much information as I receive, I'm going to constantly give it to you guys. But make sure that the address is updated always, because these officers constantly trying to find new loopholes to pull you in and arrest your ass. So I'm out.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Hey, family, what's going on? So this Sunday on the 27th, I got an upcoming Zoom class. I'm pretty much going to be showing you guys how to get out of an obligation of paying your auto loan. I'm going to show you how charge-offs work, how to hide your vehicle from repossession. Also, I'm going to show you guys about skip tracing. Skip tracing is one of the most vital things that you need to know with any lender borrower contract. The reason why, because skip tracing is probably like the #1 reason why you guys get your vehicles repoed. And also, you need to know how charge-offs work. Once you know how charge-offs work, you will get a better perspective of how this whole lending, borrowing process work. Also, if you guys have mortgages or any form of auto loans, we're going to discuss everything, because it's very important to know these type of things and knowing your options, because most, like 90% of your income go towards auto loans and mortgage payments for the average individual. Auto loans and mortgage payments or rent. And it's like so much of that money is being consumed while the bank's just flourishing, but you don't feel like there's any other alternatives other than to pay them. So I'm going to talk about all of that.
Okay, so what this man pretty much just described is he's going to be holding a class where he's going to be teaching people how to commit fraud, and also he'll be teaching people how to stop being responsible adults by paying the bills. He's going to teach them to stop paying their bills and a whole bunch of other nonsense that's all fraud. Anybody that signs up for this class, between 6 months to a year, if you listen to anything that he says, you will be on a road, on a path, straight to jail.
Another thing, right? So I got pulled over not pulled over, pretty much the police was, chasing me. Not chasing me, but like, I'm riding around, so they was following me, right? So pretty much I hit a right turn, then the police did a U-turn. Once they did the U-turn, I kept going down the street, then I made a right. They made a right with me. So behind me the entire time, they was running my plate. Now, man, Joe, I got Florida native on my plate. So there's nothing like to show, right? So I don't ride around with those plates that say private DOT tags. Those all get impounded, pulled over all the time, 90% of the time. If they haven't caught you yet and the police actually get behind you, look at it, they're going to pull you over. So he looked at the plate. Everything checks out to him. I guess he tried to scan it, but it's something called a customizable plate. So from their perspective, this is a customizable plate that was made by the state. It was special issuing plate. So pretty much he looked at the plate, ran it, couldn't find anything left. So he pretty much didn't even pull me over, but he wanted to. So he was just looking at the plate, like just trying to see what type of plate this is. But it checked out to him. So, I got away with that whole little situation. And I'll be telling you guys, a lot of the stuff you see on YouTube, anything that get popularized, like everybody following that same private tags, all get pulled over and impounded all the time. Those vehicles get pulled over, number one. Yep. So make sure you got the right private plates to use. Make sure everything's straight. I'm out. Yo, what's up, family? How y'all doing? In this quick video, I'm gonna show you guys how to get an international driver's permit. Okay, right now I'm about to share my screen. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right. Now look, this is how you guys get an international driver's permit, right? You're going to go to, how I search it up is international driver's document. They located at Hollywood, Florida, right? So the first thing you're going to do when you get to the main page of the browser, let me close this out real quick. It's going to say drive a vehicle anywhere in the world. Okay, you're going to select apply now for international driver's permit. You're going to select this green tab right here. Boom. You're going to ask you like the application form. So now, this most important, right? For those who trying to get an international driver's permit, you can drive in Europe, you can drive it in Tanzania, Africa, all types of countries, Nigeria, China, Chile, Russia. It's a whole breakdown of where you can go in the world with your international driver's permit. But to be specific, just for non-citizen nationals, those who try and get their status changed over. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your first and last name in. Now, this is your residence. Where do you actually live? You're going to put, give me 1 second. You're going to put rural, free delivery. When they ask you for city, make sure you put non-domestic, meaning you do not live in a fictitious address, nor do you live anywhere fictitious. When they ask for state, whatever state you live in, spell it out. Don't just use the initials. So if you live in Florida, put Florida. Zip code, make sure you put all zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to ask you for whatever country you live in. Now, most of us are from the United States. The corporation is not a country. So just put United States. So you're going to scroll down. You're going to see United States.
Now, this is why I consider this man a complete meathead. And anyone that follows him, they're also complete meatheads. He just put for address. First of all, he's applying for a quote-unquote international driver's license. Now, I'm sure this right here isn't real, this website that he's on, so you will not be it's not just that simple as far as filling out some simple form on the internet to get an international driver's license. But either way, as far as the address is concerned, he's telling you to put rural free delivery. non-domestic, zip code all zeros. Now, you're filling this application out online, which means your driver's license that you're trying to get will be mailed to you. How in the hell are you going to get this international driver's license if you just put in a fake address? Riddle me that. Like, what this man teaches makes absolutely no sense. The objective here is to get this quote unquote international driver's license. How will you get it after putting in a fake address? Please answer that question, fool.
They're going to ask you for email. Make sure you put your email in. Gender, eye color. Then you're going to put your date of birth. Whenever you was born. Country of birth. So we all from the United States of America Republic. So you're going to put just the United States. Put your height. All right, put your phone number. Okay. Now, this is the most important part, right? So they ask you for a photo ID or just a photo of yourself. So upload a photo of your all white background. This is you, nothing else. So upload a photo of yourself, all white background, or just a face so they can see your head, neck, and shoulders and everything like that. Just like a normal fit. Now you're gonna upload your real driver's license to this portal. Now, for all you non-citizen nationals, make sure you always have a copy of your driver's license front and back so you can have your number on file. But make sure you surrender it when you go to the passport agency to apply, whether you go to the post office or the courthouse. Make sure that your driver's license is surrendered. They're going to ask you for the picture of your driver's license from the front. Then they ask you for the back of your driver's license. So make sure you have that. It's going to also ask you for a signature photo. Make sure it's in a blank background again. They always ask for 2 photos just so they can pick whichever one they're going to use on your international driver's license. Then at the bottom, you're going to write your signature. How would you sign it? Just like you would a state driver's license. Then you select, I accept these conditions. Then you go to next. Then they're going to ask you, pick whichever one you want. You can have your international driver's license for 1 year. You can have it for 2 years, or you can have it for 3 years. I select the longest term, which is 3 years for $69.99, and select that. So let me show you guys. Okay, you can select USPS, it's free for 6 to 10 days, or you can do FedEx Express 3 to 4 days for $15, or you can do FedEx overnight 2 to 3 days, $35. Whichever one you feel comfortable with. I prefer you select FedEx overnight, and you only be out of pocket like almost $105. All right, that's all you need to get an international driver's permit. For any more questions or concerns, please hit the email. I'm out.
Now, I'm not even quite sure why this man is advocating for individuals to get an international driver's permit. I can only assume that he wants people to do this because he advises people to return their actual driver's licenses from the state that they reside in. So in his mind, he probably believes that this international driver's license it's coming from some other entity that isn't tied to the state. Therefore, if you show this, because you put a rural free delivery as the address, I'm sure he thinks that the police or the government won't have jurisdiction if they show this international driver's permit. The only problem is you put a fake address, so you will never actually even receive this international driver's permit. Like, this man is a complete fool.